Hey, here we are. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, another get together live here on Facebook as we get together every morning here at Coffee and Headlines, where we take a look at headlines and stories from our city, from our state, from our country, things that matter to us, along with your own questions, ideas, suggestions, contributions, photographs that keep us all nicely connected as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you. Today it is August 29th, Tuesday, and the month is almost over, and the more time, let the extravaganza begin. Okay, so Brian has graced us with a capital letter Q. Let the extravaganza begin. What extravaganza? I didn't get the memo. Is there something exciting and extravagant going on? Please fill me in, because I don't mind being extravagant. Well, I'm a little extravagant because I haven't shaved in a day and a half. But that'll change this afternoon because I have a presentation, so I better look decent. Today, we have news. We have some news. So we have a few news. We have some crazy news from Colombia and drug lords holding on to exotic animals. I mean, why? I don't get it. But we have fun news, we have interesting news, we have curious news, and we have whatever it is that you contribute, whatever it is that you bring to the table. And of course, yes, Luisa is right. Another capital letter Q, C, más chisme. More gossip, more details. We want to know more about this so-called extravaganza. So, as you know, you add a capital letter Q to your comment, and that helps me to find your comment and talk about it. And when you write the word new in your comment, it helps us identify those of you that are watching live for the first time. If that is your case, please let us know so that we can give you a nice little welcome. And of course, if you're watching later on in the day on YouTube, if you're using YouTube to watch Coffee and Headlines and you like what you see, here's the subscribe button. Here's the like button. Like us and subscribe us. We are almost to 6,000 or 7,000 followers on Facebook. I checked the other day. I was really excited. We're close to a triple digit number, so I'll keep you posted on that. And before we get started, this looks like really important. Shout out to the 100 plus Mexican firefighters helping us here in British Columbia. We have rain today. Finally, we need one of these for that. Facebook said September 2nd would be a Coffee and Headlines extravaganza. What? Please show me the evidence, because I have no idea what we're talking about. That is so bizarre. Please tell me where you read this. This is how rumors get started. I haven't scheduled any extravaganzas, but if you tell me where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to do, I'll be happy to follow suit. But first, how about we take a look at some news going on here in Puerto Vallarta and elsewhere. For starters, in case you didn't notice, the summer vacation period throughout Mexico was over this past weekend as students from all over the country returned to school yesterday. The good news is that throughout the summer, hotel occupancy never went under 80% here in Puerto Vallarta, with many weekends as high as 90%. September, as usual, may be a slower month for all of us, but I am sure that we are getting ready for the fall season. Many people are getting ready, gearing up for the return of seasonal snowbirds, and vacationers have been getting all kinds of reports from friends and loved ones that have secured plane tickets and hotel reservations, and I'm always happy to hear that kind of news. And now that the summer vacation period is over, we also learned that the Federal Consumer Protection Bureau has been keeping busy here in Puerto Vallarta, tallying complaints against 10 hotels, 4 restaurants, 4 department stores, 2 beach clubs, and 2 convenience stores for not delivering on their advertised promises. And of course, I am sure that Luisa and many others would love to get the whole story, the whole chisme, the whole enchilada, but unfortunately, we don't get many details as to who were the culprits in these types of news items. I would be curious to know, just so that I don't go to a store that has been chastised for being dishonest. There you go. And here I was thinking we are not getting enough rain, but according to the National Water Commission, Puerto Vallarta has now received more rain than average for the month of August, which is nice because August is almost over, and weather authorities believe that we will receive above average amounts of rain in September and that it will continue raining through the month of November. So September, October, and November will continue to be wet months, but we kind of already knew that, so I don't know what to tell you. I can tell you that the state government, in conjunction with federal and municipal authorities, have kick-started preparations for this year's Independence Day celebrations with a meeting attended by representatives from several state municipalities. These meetings, which are taking place in Guadalajara, will continue on a regular basis, touching base in areas such as security, mobility, and entertainment, and details about festivities throughout the state, as in schedules, what's going to happen, where, and when, will be released within the next few days. Although, knowing our city, I wouldn't count on Puerto Vallarta to reveal details or specific information, at least for a week, if we are lucky. And speaking of lucky, I was saying earlier that snarky weather was being a little bit snarky this morning. Why? Because it says, fuck everything and everyone. Well, that's not a very nice place to be. I hope snarky weather comes out of that mindset. Right now, it is 29 degrees Celsius, of course. Humidity is at 81%, and our Fahrenheit temperature is 84 degrees Fahrenheit. The weather forecast for today: thunderstorms through the day, rainfall at around 5 millimeter, chance of rain 58%, and a high temperature of 33 and a low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, Wednesday, thunderstorms throughout the day with a chance of rain of 78%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. Then on Thursday, rain in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a probability of rain of 87%, a high of 33, and a low of 24. So it's going to be a wet week, or at least that's what the weather forecast seems to indicate. Would I want to be out in the ocean in one of those afternoon thunderstorms? I probably wouldn't, but still, I was intrigued this morning by this article featured by Tribuna de la Bahía on Kimixto, which, as we know, is one of several destinations located south of Puerto Vallarta, within Bahía de Banderas, that is only reachable by boat. I don't know if you've been to Kimixto. If you haven't been to Kimixto, it is a small town, and it's a preferred destination for surfing lovers. Surf and But without a doubt, its main appeal is its waterfall, which can be reached by walking or by going on a horse ride. And just to get your bearings, in case you haven't been exploring in Puerto Vallarta's South Shore, here's what we got. Of course, this is the city. And going down, there's Mismaloya, and then there's Boca de Tomatlan. Now, you can take water taxis to the rest of the bay from Boca de Tomatlan, or from the romantic zone, from the Los Muertos Pier. But moving down right after Boca de Tomatlan, well, there's Las Animas Beach, which is somewhere around here, which can also be reached by boat or by hiking. Then there's Kimixto, which we were just talking about. And right after Kimixto is Caletas, which is the place where Vallarta Adventure does their Rhythms of the Night. And then further down is Yelapa, which is a lot of fun. And any point south of Yelapa, like Pisota, for example, is easier to get to by taking a private water taxi. There's no regular runs that I am aware of. But Kimixto is a lovely place to go. My favorite place, of course, for spending the day is Las Animas. And I've been thinking I want to go back to Yelapa. I haven't been in forever. Moving right along. Oh, but if you want to know more about Kimixto, a great source of information is our dear friend Gina from Whiskey Kitchen. Gina visits on a fairly regular basis, so she knows people and places. Anyhow, moving right along, I also want to tell you about 19-year-old Mexican cyclist Issac Del Toro, who took the cycling world by surprise by winning the so-called Junior Tour de France, or the Tour de l'Avenir. The athlete is from Baja California, and he will turn 20 in 2 months. So he's young, very, very young. He's the first Mexican cyclist to win this challenge and the second Latin American athlete to do so, after Colombia's Egan Bernal, who had a victory in 2017. Congratulations to Issac Del Toro, of course. And now we get to the last bit of news that I have to share with you today. What is it about drug lords and their tendency to own exotic animals? I don't get it. But apparently, the late Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar owned, well, no, he didn't own 70 hippopotami. He imported four hippopotami. And through the course of 50 years, these animals in captivity, well, they stooped and they reproduced and stooped and reproduced. And before you knew it, there were 70 hippopotami in captivity in some location in Colombia. Fortunately, they will have better homes elsewhere, with 60 of them being relocated to India and 10 to a sanctuary here in Mexico located in the state of Sinaloa. The sanctuary's name is Ostok, or Ostok. I don't know exactly how it is pronounced, but I'll be damned if I understand this thing about exotic animals. But I'm just happy that the hippos are getting a better home, and hopefully they will be in a place where their reproductive habits will be better supervised. Last but not least, before we get into conversation mode, a last minute reminder that this afternoon we're going to talk about online promotion of events and how to make it better and how to connect with more people and how to amplify our message only using free tools. Well, the presentation is 300 pesos per person, but it is a presentation in which I will have the pleasure of empowering those present with how to use just free tools to, put out a better message every time you're doing events, to increase attendance, to increase awareness, and so forth. Hopefully you'll be there, and if not, I'll tell you how it went tomorrow morning. And now let us take a quick look at your comments to see what is going on with your lives. As always, many good mornings, which I very much appreciate. And boom, 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 boom. I am always happy to see friends and people that I know. I am intrigued about this extravaganza, so I am going to hope that there are some details about this. A coffee and headlines extravaganza. Da 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 da. Uh-huh. Do-de-do-do-do. No, I am certainly not getting to be a celebrity, or at least I certainly hope I'm not, Angelica. I'm just a little pudgy dude trying to make a living by sharing good vibes and good information. Read it this morning when looking for the link to today's show. Thought it was already September for a moment here. Oh, I see. Well, yeah. I always put random headings, but Java Jolt extravaganza. Well, that's okay. We're having a Java Jolt extravaganza. At least I am. But no, I have not planned any specific Java Jolt extravaganzas for September, with the exception, of course, that through September being the Independence Month, we will have all kinds of cultural tidbits here at Coffee and Headlines that have to do with Mexico's independence and traditions and whatnot. And of course, on September 14, we are going to have my Viva Mexico music appreciation presentation with all kinds of stories and so forth and so on. But we can find information about that both in the show notes and also in the next few days. Let's see. I see some comments about Kimixto, one of my favorite places to hang out for the day. That's lovely. Let's see. Will you be doing this class again? If you are referring to the promo prodigy, yes, my intention is to continue to hold hands and share information with anyone that wants to better their game in terms of promotion, as long as there's a demand for it, at least once a month, once every 2 months, because I think we all deserve to do better with our efforts and the events that we produce. Ultimately, I think it's a win-win for everybody. And we are also going to be doing a series of encore music appreciation presentations. I just haven't gotten around to figuring the best way to put them on the website, so that if you're going to be in Puerto Vallarta during the month of January, for example, and you're interested in one of the presentations we've done, you can always reach out to me and say, hey, Paco, we're going to be in Puerto Vallarta for the first 2 weeks of January. Would it be possible for you to repeat such and such presentation? And as long as the space is available, I would be so very happy to do it. What? My reminder said it was September 2nd today? How very bizarre. I didn't realize that. I have to go look at it because that is very, very curious behavior. Well, the good thing is that we're here and I'm feeling extravagant. I hope you are feeling extravagant. Claude, you are on my mind just because you know why. And I'm sending you guys lots of love and lots of light, because you are my dear friends and I love you. Let's see. Kathleen says there are several I would love to go to. Thank you very much, Kathleen. That's very flattering. Again, my goal is to, I think I've figured out a way to put them and to have them display in a specific place. So we'll make that happen. We'll make that happen. And this, of course, oh, there's a cue. Hey, Paco, I'm going to be in Puerto Vallarta from the 20th of December to the 2nd of May. Can you repeat all your classes, please? Of course I can, Albert. You give, oh, is that, yeah, it's May, 2nd of May. Oh, there's plenty of time. Absolutely, Albert. I'm happy to do that. As long as there's people interested in attending, I am happy to do it. And I think this brings us to the end of our broadcast. As always, I am grateful for your company, for your questions, for your extravaganza, and I am grateful that you endure mine. And that deserves one of this. Have a great day. Maybe I'll see some of you this afternoon, and if not, I'll see most of you, or hopefully all of you, tomorrow morning. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.